may notice you, and your response is to God be the glory.
Amen. That's it.
Everything that's good about you, everything that's kind about you, to God be the glory.
Amen. Amen.
Honey, I'm not doing no more than how my mama raised me. To God be the glory.
Yes.
We had more godly homes and treatment toward others when we were children than when we became of age now.
True.
The millennials today don't know nothing about the things we were taught. You know, about respect your elders. And, you know, my grandmother used to tell me, you don't talk back to no elder, God will shorten your days.
Right.
And, you know, we just heard that and let it pass. But that's scripture.
Yes. Amen.
All right, we'll leave that alone.
That's true.
Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Everything good that comes from you, God needs to be getting glory. Listen, let me just really get into your ministry and get into what you're called to do. Every life you save, God gets glory. Every person that wants to commit suicide, but they meet you and they get more hope, God gets glory. Not you, come on. You know what I did was, but why some people that got to tell you all the details about what they did for somebody else?
Right.
And I saw them, and I knew something was in me, told me that they was going through. And what I did, I just took them to lunch, and I just began to talk to them. And I told them, tell me everything. I told them, you know, you need to get your eye out of anything that's going to produce God's glory. So let your light so shine before men that they'll see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So now it's all about getting God's glory. It's all about getting God's glory. Not for me to get glory. Not for me to get called. Because now let's just be honest. Right now, if you want to, if you're young enough, you know, some of us, you know, we got up in age and some things we just can't do no more. But if you're young enough, you can make your own salary. You can set your salary right now.
Amen. Amen.
You can put yourself on course that you can make $500,000 or $600,000 a year. You can do that. Anybody that tell you you can't is a liar. But are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to do the work? You say, oh, but I heard your testimony. Don't try to take my testimony and make it your lifestyle. Don't try to take what God has done for me and make this a principle for your life. When you know better, you do better. You can't, you know, I'm always big in telling my kids, right after high school, you got three choices. You got to go in the military, you got to go to college, or trade school. You got to do something. If you don't do neither, you increase the percentage of you failing.
True.
I don't care what, I don't care, oh, but I'm working right now. I don't care what you're doing. I'm telling you, once you get out of school, to go back, man, I take my hat off to y'all. That doesn't register. I ain't registered for nothing. It don't make no sense to lie. I ain't registered for nothing unless it's something specific. I ain't going to get no degree. I come to get knowledge. Tell me, teach me this, and I'm gone. Listen to me. You got to start making decisions now. If you want to make plenty of money, you want to have a good financial security, you can make that up right now. You really can. The decisions you make today, you 20, 30, maybe even in your 40s, you make some decisions now that can increase your income. You really don't need God to make a lot of money. Because there's a lot of people making good money without God. But now we have to learn our purpose. And is my purpose to make a lot of money? Is my purpose is to drive certain things, live certain places, wear certain things? Is that my purpose? My purpose got to be more than just me.
Amen. That's right.
How much of what you got benefits somebody else? How much you possess that other people's lives are changed because of you? How many children can you feed? And now it's not about me wanting more so I can have more. Now I'm going to tell you how God's work. I'm going to tell you how God works. He's not going to fill your heart with the compassion for others and leave you hanging.
That's true.
Do you hear me? God is not going to use you to feed somebody else and you go hungry. God is not going to use you to pay somebody else rent and you about to be evicted. Come on now. Yeah, you miss something. That's right. It is the will of God for you to have a good life. It is the will of God. But the good life is behind my purpose, not my purpose, not in front of my purpose. That's right. Amen. If it interferes with my purpose, I got to check myself. Amen. If the devil makes me think that is my purpose, that is all right for the prosperity preachers. I ain't mad at prosperity preachers. They taught me a lot. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I've received a lot. But that's not my purpose. My purpose on the earth is not to get money. Am I going to get some? Sure. But that's not my drive. That's not my purpose. You got to know how to keep your purpose in line and not allow your purpose. I mean, you got to keep your purpose in with keep priorities with your purpose, so that your purpose now becomes the front run of my life. It motivates me, and when I lose motivation, I focus on that. Most people get motivated about a vacation, but not about their purpose. Most people get motivated because they're gonna get a new car. When you get a new car, boy, you be so happy. But your purpose. The car doesn't, I don't care how nice of a car it is. I got to make sure I'm fulfilling my purpose. My purpose. Your growth in God got to benefit others. The more you grow in God is not based off how much people give you, it's how much people get from you.
Amen.
I'm going to say that again.
Right.
Your growth in God is not based off what people give you, it's based on what people get from you. Amen. Most of you cannot be used in the kingdom because you won't even trade. Amen. God is not in the even trade business.
Right, that's true.
You're going to be blessing the people that's going to lie on you. You're going to be a blessing to people that's going to run you down. You're going to loan some people some money and you know they ain't going to pay you back. Amen. But they'll never be able to go to God and say you wasn't there for me. God will tell you I was there for you, but you lied. You told him you was going to pay the 20 back, and you didn't. So when you needed 30, the door was closed. Amen. God uses you to represent him in the earth. That's not even trade. So I mean, I'm going to be doing for people, and people may not do back for me. And I got to be all right with that. I cannot mistreat people because they didn't give me what I thought I deserved. Come on now. I'm knocking on your family door right now. Come on. You need a ride? Jump in. You need that? I got you. You need a babysitter? I got you. Drop them off. And then when it's your turn to want something or need something, everybody's busy. Got my car knocking. I don't trust it. I can't right now. I got company. Child, everybody got a reason on why you can't cash in on the favors that you've already given. You got to be all right being used. Come on now. And people act like they're getting over on you. Come on. So people gonna come to you. They're gonna ask you for favors, and then after you do them favors, you think they ought to be a certain way, but they're not. Having compassion on people is not based off what they can do for you, but what you can do for them, what you would like to do for them. The hunger and the desire you have to be a blessing in their life. When Jesus had compassion on people, he wanted to give. Whatever he had, he wanted to give. When Peter was going into the temple and the man was begging for alms, he said, silver and gold have I none. Now he wasn't saying he was broke, simply meaning this is not what you need. But what I do have that's going to better your life, I'm giving that to you. Right. If you got something to better somebody else's life, I need to know why you got it here. Right. You know, one of the worst things that can never be done is for a person to declare. You know, I saw this thing on Facebook. A person declared he's trying to help you. So this man was reaching down. The man was in a hole. He was reaching down, trying to pull the other man out. But his arm wasn't long enough. But behind the man was a long rope where he could have just dropped the rope and pulled the man out. Right. Sometimes people just give you the image they want to help you, but they really have no intention. You got to be all right with that. You got to be all right with that. Being used by God don't mean the people he used you to bless are going to reward you.
That's true. Right. So true.
Now I mean it's Bible, it's biblical in regards to give to the pastor and priest and mother out the house. We got tons of scriptures in there talking about the man of God. But me doing what I do cannot ever be predicated on what you give me.
That's right. Okay.
Never in a million years. I can't come in and decide whether or not I'm going to preach based on what was given to me. I can't come in with an attitude based on what was given to me. I can't come in upset because my lights got cut off. Because listen, you got to get this. You got to get this. As long as you're obeying God, he'll always make sure you're all right. Yes. Now I'm going to tell you this. His all right is going to surpass your all right. Amen. Are you listening? be able to go down into the rent office and pay somebody's rent and leave it on. You know, I'm telling you something, the devil even block them doors. I'm telling you, you can't even do certain things for people like you. Well, y'all don't know, yeah, some of y'all ain't did that in the first place. But you didn't know, you just can go into somebody's store and say, you know, I want to pay on this bill or whatever, and they'll take it. Now you got to show Social Security proof. You got to have passport proof that you got access to their account. That person's mama got to be there with you, the uncle. You got to be able to allow God to use you and nobody even know I did it. Your satisfaction is I obey God. Amen. My comfort is I obey God. Are you listening? Amen. Now, let me tell you something. When I teach to you, not for you to try to get others to do what I'm teaching. Right. Now, that's important. Because most of y'all hear what I'm saying, and then you leave here and try to say, well, you know I ain't going to pay you back because Pastor said you're supposed to. No, you devil. You the devil. You can't cash in on somebody else's growth. Come on. And you know I ain't going to pay you because Pastor already said you got to be all right with me not paying you back. You demon? No, that's not how it works. You need to preach for you so you can receive, so you can grow, so God can use you. Not for you to try to point at people telling them God going to use you today. No, you can't do that. Look, I want to show you something. We don't have to turn it, you can write them down. But in St. Luke 7 and 13, we see that Jesus had compassion for a widow woman who lost her son. Matthew 8 and 3, Jesus had compassion on the lepers. Turn here for me, Matthew 9 and 36. Because Jesus' compassion, keep in mind, Jesus had Judas holding the treasure. And Judas held the treasure for the poor. Jesus had money on reserve for the poor, people that would be in need. I was reading something just the other day, and it was talking about when you have a banquet, don't invite your friends and family. Invite the poor. Invite those that are being neglected. Invite, and it goes down this list of sick people and poor people. Invite them. Let me tell you something. You want to grow in God, you got to have a bigger heart for people outside of your home.
That's true.
Most of us will give and sacrifice as long as it benefits my children, right, my wife, my husband. No. What about when it don't benefit you? Right. Can you as a husband see another husband, help him out, and not try to get credit? Let them walk off in the sunset as if they're the ones making this happen. Can you be the woman into another woman's life, to better her life, let her walk off into the sunset, and you not get any credit for it? You just go right on and go act just like it's you. Don't keep looking back. Amen. Most of us can't do it unless we're going to get the finger. Say, yeah, that's who helped me. Look at this. But when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. And this is so important. Go ahead, verse 37, please. I need you to get this, because this is very important. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So God is saying that there are so many people that need help, but people willing to help them are few. Last verse, come on, 38, look at this. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send laborers into his harvest. Well, simply what God is saying now, pray that people now would have a mind and a heart to be a blessing to those that need. Amen. Don't try to constantly be concerned about you. Try to be concerned about someone that is in your view, someone that is on your job, someone that is in your neighborhood. The more I can begin to develop compassion for others, the more I grow in God. Flying in a private jet don't mean growth in God. What you wear don't mean growth in God. All right? It's what I'm able to give out. When you can give out forgiveness, when the person that you're giving it to don't even say they're sorry. Well, here's something that you need to understand. That the more I can have compassion, the more compassion I have, the more love I have for other people, the more the glory of God is revealed in the earth. Amen. It's not, God's glory is not revealed when you can get stuff and it's all for you.
Right.
God's glory is not, that don't produce God's glory because of what you got. What produces God's glory is when you're willing to help somebody else to get it too. When you open up your heart, your mind, and even your wallet to be a blessing to someone else's life. For someone to be headed to closing and come up short. And for you to open up your wallet. And say, devil, you ain't getting the victory. It'll come you know, I got it, I'm going to make it happen.
Amen. Amen.
You gotta be that person that will allow God to be God in the earth through you, through what you have. The more you have now and give to God, the more He will continue to give you to use for Him. Seeking God for others. Here's something that's so powerful. You got to want more of everything to benefit others. If you are seeking God for others, that's just not even like my talent, my skills, my money, but even in my prayer time. I can't keep just spending a bunch of time praying just for me, my family, my children. I need to spend some time praying for those that's less fortunate and really be concerned about them. You having a heart for others. Now, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to come across people that want what they want when they want it. Now, you ain't going to be able to help everybody because they will reject your help because you're not giving them what they want.
Right.
You know, I read something, I was telling my wife, I was like, read this thing here, and it was showing how you actually start the growth of people by constantly pulling them out of the same mess.
Right.
So they faced with eviction in January, March, June, September, December, and you keep, you know, I'm here for you, and what happens is they start growing a dependency on you that allows them to keep failing. So then at some point you got to say, wait a minute, it's not money that you need. We need to see why you keep coming up short.
Right.
Why is it? And let me tell you something. Sometimes you'll see certain things that people will tolerate. You say, couldn't be me. Well, you need to mind your business. Right. Because you don't know all of what is going on in this transaction.
So true. So true.
You know, God has a way of blessing people. And He'll use people that, you know, sometimes you privileged to know what the person have done. And then you want to cast your opinion on them. Not listen, don't even do it. Don't even do it. You need to be very careful when you challenge the plan of God for somebody else's life.
Amen.
Sometimes you need to know your limitations.
Right.
When your opinion is on your mind to spit out, you need to make sure it lines up with God. We say, well, I don't know what God say, but I'm going, no, ain't no but then. Shut up.
Right.
Amen.
Amen.
You know, we was talking about something, and my wife was telling me something about, I was telling her about her giving her opinion and different things to different people and different ones, and she said, well, if they ask me, I said, if they ask you can give it. If they ask you for your opinion, go ahead and give it. Just make sure you don't try to get deep. Shut up. No. Just tell them, well, this is what I think. This is how I feel. This is what I would do. That's what she said. She always said, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. This is what I would do. Listen, let your opinion be clearly stated. This is my opinion.
Right.
But when it comes to you, someone saying, I believe God. If you want to do anything, all you do is just tell me, God said for me to do this. I ain't gonna knock you. Because unless God told me clearly, I ain't got nothing to say.
Right.
God told me to go into this bank and with this gun. And maybe God knows you need to be put away for a while. maybe God knows that you being out here on the streets about to get you killed. So 20 years, you know. You listen, to be in God's will for His glory to be produced means everything to us. There is nothing more important than your existence as a Christian than to produce the glory of God. Don't let that devil make you feel bad because you're not making what somebody else made.
Right.
Don't make that devil feel bad because your home is different than somebody else's home.
Right.
Sometimes you can look at somebody else's home and they know what you think.
That's true.
Don't believe every post. Come on now. I tell you, when you see a marriage that really has been through something, there's a good chance somebody had to give more than 100%. I mean, don't think for the 50-50. You got a 50-50 mentality. There's a very good chance you headed for failure.
Right.
Don't talk about what you won't take. Don't talk about, when it comes to producing God's glory, you may have to take more than the average person. Do more than that. You know, sometimes you'll do some things for certain people, and people say, let me tell you something. If you done did all that, and they can't do this for you, honey, forget them. You need to stay away from people.
Right.
That's always trying to tell you what not to do, especially if they can't even identify.
Right.
People, listen. So, my wife, she goes out of her way sometimes to try to make things special for me. And she tolerates a lot. I know I'm a difficult person to live with. She tolerates a lot. But what people don't understand is that the life we live, or the life I try to give to her, well, that life comes with me saying not only I'm sorry, but I really do love you. So when people sometimes will come in and see some things, they'll be like, oh my goodness, I couldn't be married to nobody that picky, because I am real picky. I'm one of those ugliest, pickiest person you want to see. Picky about everything. But you can't tell Yolanda what she should do until you have had what she's had.
Come on. That's true. Come on.
Now, money's not everything, but I would go to work 16, 18 hours, and come home and cook like I had to. Because I want to make sure you know I appreciate what you do.
Amen.
Every once in a while, I need to walk in your shoes. My wife has never paid for anything when she's in the store with me. I've been married 27 years. She's never paid for anything. Not one thing. She knows if I'm in the store with her, she's not paying for it. It don't even make sense to act cute or try to get slick.
That's true.
She's never paid for nothing. Now you may say, well, that don't mean nothing. Money don't mean you get to knock her in the head and all that other stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that fix everything, but you have to understand there are certain things that people that are not getting can't identify with. So when you get somebody that's willing, now here's the thing. Out of the blue, I just tell my wife we're going shopping. Out of the blue, nowhere. It was just Tuesday. That's the holiday. Not your birthday, not Christmas. It's just Tuesday.
Amen.
And I've been saving this money for over here so I can spend on you. Well, now this is why this is important. Because if you don't know what somebody else is doing and getting, you on the outside only seeing tidbits.
That's true.
Are you listening? Now, I'm not saying you know that means that sums up all of a good man or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, when you don't know everything, you don't understand certain people's sacrifice. Then I get people that'll see what I do, or people that may be privileged to see what I do. Like, Doc, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it. I don't care. But you can't tell me what not to take. People can't tell you what to take and what not to take in your home.
Right.
I beat that child half to death.
Wait.
Now, I can't deal with smart-mouthed children.
Right.
Smart-mouthed children can't live in my house. My mama told me grown folk don't live with grown folk.
Right.
I'm not dealing with a slick-mouthed kid. I'm telling you that. Always got to have something to say, sucking your teeth and all that other stuff. Really? Oh my God. You're not serious. I know you're not serious. I'm elbowing your face in. So now, when you come in and I see your child having dialogue with you, I'm gonna mind my business.
Right. That's right.
Come on then. Now don't ask them they spend a night and think they come in with your house rule to my house. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll tell you, you better come. You got to get up. You got to get up. I don't know if you got Uber. I don't know what you got, but you got to come get up. As long as I'm looking in your house, I know how to mind my business. Your children can set you straight. They can tell you what, they can put their finger in your face. They can do all that stuff. That's between you and your child. I don't know what y'all got going on. And another thing.
Wait.
Got to mind my business. Y'all been in the store before and y'all seen people, kids running around acting crazy? I seen kids cry. They in the stroller, their feet dragging on the floor. They be crying. They will throw stuff. I mean, literally throw stuff across the store. I said, no, I ain't lying. There was some time I've seen other kids do some stuff, and I take my kids. I say, I'm gonna beat you just in case. Dad, stop! They don't stop. I don't know if this spirit is transferable, so I'm beating you in advance. Don't look at what's going on in somebody else's life. Don't look at what somebody else is driving, talking about something. They wouldn't be struggling. They had got there. I told them not to get that fully loaded. No! Your job is to produce the glory of God in someone else's life, to be a blessing, to make somebody else's life better, to make somebody else smile. Whatever God has given you, a portion of that is to make somebody else's life better. Not to get involved with, are they living how I want them to live? Are they doing what I'm telling them to do? I'm going to act as if it was me. No, just do your part and shut up. Amen. Amen. So I had this conversation with this preacher friend of mine, and I said to him, I said, Doc, if we could just mind our business, church would be a lot better off. Amen. So true. He said, well, Doc, you know, sometimes you need people in the church, in the pew, helping the other people. And I said, no, you don't need that. Because I'm telling you, too many pastors in one church, and something going to go wrong. We don't need nobody out here trying to call people on the phone. The Lord told me to pray for you because I saw you. No, you ain't say, calm down. Now, the Lord showed you something. Now, I'm going to call you out. I told y'all before, y'all heard me say this before, we had this prophet lady, it was about the second or third time she came to church, and she always kept prophesying. So finally one day, I don't know, the first time it was Walton, and she said, I saw you at the altar, and your husband didn't show up. That's what she said. She said you were there with your wedding dress on. She said you paid all this money, and he didn't show up. So I know I wasn't scared to marry nobody. But you never know. These people get them a little back door preacher, you know, to marry. So I asked the bitch, I said, you know anything about this? Do you know anything about you? And he said, no. Well, you're a false prophet. You need to play the role you've been called to play. So we had somebody else come in. She was talking to Sister Waits was here. And she said, I see somebody in a hospital close to you, and she just prophesying. Same lady now. She ain't learned a lesson from this other church. And so the same lady come, and she said something else. And I said, you know anybody in the hospital? She said, I don't know anybody in the hospital right now. No, listen to me. Sometimes some people need to be called on the spot. That ain't real. Who told you she had family members in the hospital? So I was, maybe it's not enough. Maybe you just lying. Maybe you walking in the office, you ain't got no business. Sometimes we want to get so involved. You know, you get so many people that want to prophesy to you, they'll talk to you for 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, something bound to be right. No, I'm saying they just keep talking. Something bound to be right. I mean, you're going to hit a broke clock is right 2 times a day. You just keep going. Then finally you'll be like, yeah. The first 15 things you said was purely lies. But that, right there, give me some of that. When you want to be used by God, I'm going to be used by God. I got to be able to mind my business. I got to be able to look at other people's situation and stay out of that. I got to not be able to tell people what I'm going to do, or treat people based off if it was me. I got to be able to allow God to speak, and I'll say amen. Yeah. Allow God to instruct me, and I say amen. Not, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't say this. I wouldn't. No, stop it. Stop it. Right. I was sharing this. I find myself more forgiving, more loving, more patient as I walk with God. People can either say and do certain things, and you're more forgiving, more patient, more loving, and you can still do the will of God. Because without forgiveness, I'm telling you, you ain't going to do but so much.
That's right. Amen. So true.
They're giving you nothing.
Amen.
I gave you $5 last time, then you stole the fan out my window. No. Listen to me. Let people get over on you if God give you instructions. And the Bible says give with discretion, which means everybody in need don't mean you're supposed to be given to.
That's right.
Allow God to use you. Allow somebody else's life to be made better because you're willing to do the will of God. You're willing to obey God. You leave this place today. God, give me something to do for somebody else. What do I have? What gifts or talents do I have that I can give to somebody else?
Yes.
Y'all be sitting around thinking it's all about you, but it's not. The real riches that God has. Keep in mind, God said, if you are unfaithful with money, who will trust you with true riches? Money is not even true riches. Allow God to anoint you. Allow God to bless your life. Bow your heads. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the people that have come to this place to hear from you. We want to leave this place today with a mind to be a blessing to someone else. That whatever we have, that we can give, that we can share, we say use us for your glory. That we can be used by you, that we may grow and flourish and be what you called us to be. You are the true and living God. There's no other God like you in none of the earth. So have your way in us and through us. And we'll give you the praise and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Start your day with prayer. Rising early, giving God all the praise, glory, and honor that is due his name. Here we have corporate prayer.